Good morning. Good morning. Very good, very good. Congratulations to those who are graduating. I am very pleased to participate in this event, to honor you and to celebrate your great achievement. When Dr. Matthews asked me to do this keynote, I went into a panic because it became very clear to me after she described the honors program that you are all a very distinguished class. It is an honor for me to talk with you, to speak with you this morning. I just wanted to share just a few things. Dr. Matthews mentioned two of the things I want to talk about. Number one, the fact that you are stepping into a different world, a world beyond Marist. I want to talk about that world briefly. She also mentioned that all of you have at one point or another studied something to do with diversity and empathy. And I want to connect those two things, the world that you are about to enter and diversity and empathy. There is a world beyond Marist. It is a world that is waiting for you, a world that needs you. Now, what does that world look like? It is a world full of spectacular technological innovations. It is a world in which there are amazing discoveries in medicine and chemistry. It is a world in which there is plenty of human good in terms of philanthropy, but it is also a world in which there is poverty and hunger and suffering, a world in which there is racism and social inequality. It is a world in which there is war and polarization. It is a complex world, in other words. That is the world that you are going to go into beyond Marist. That world is waiting for you because it needs you. It needs you not in some perfunctory way. It needs you as a grad from Marist. It needs you because you have come to Marist and you have received this amazing education, which has helped you develop the intellect, the character, and to acquire the skills to go into the world and make a difference. It is a world that is awaiting your skill. And there's a particular dimension of this world that I want to describe for you and invite you to engage with as you graduate from Marist. It is the world of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Very important. Consider the following. Every Fortune 100 company has a verified diversity policy. Consider the fact that every Fortune 500 company has a verified diversity policy. After the death of George Floyd, after the murder of George Floyd, the corporate world committed $340 billion to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And before George Floyd died, the corporate world spent upwards of $8 billion on diversity, equity, and inclusion. 75% of Fortune 500 companies have a C-suite position for someone in the area of diversity. That's how important diversity, equity, and inclusion is. You know, we all know that the corporate world does not put money where it doesn't need to. So those sums of money already tell us an important story. As you step into the world, there will be diversity looking at you in the face. You will encounter it at the gym, you will encounter it at church, You'll encounter it at the grocery store. It will be on the streets. It will be everywhere you go. You will likely supervise people who don't look like you, or be supervised by people who don't look like you, people who speak with an accent like myself. That is part of the world into which you are going, and that world needs your skill. It needs you to bring 5 things to it, to bring your whole self, to bring your difference, and not to imagine that it's someone else who is different, someone else who's diverse. Bring yourself, bring your self-awareness. It's a world that expects you to bring your intellect, the ability to think critically, and to engage people from a variety of perspectives. It is a world in which you will be required to displace, and that's point number 3, tremendous humility, because it's a world in which you will discover that however good you are, there's someone who's better than you. It's a world in which, because of your education at Marist, you will be invited to be the center of inclusion, the magnet that brings people together. Remember those ideals that Marist espouses and that you've been educated into: community, service, and excellence. The community portion of this is really important. And finally, it is a world that is awaiting you to do the best you can, to enjoy it, to make a contribution, and to improve the world. Again, congratulations, well done. I am very happy that you are now arriving in this important world.